They ain't trying to take a loan, right?
No, some of them probably aren't.
So you've been directing people to SBA.gov.
I've been directing them to to the SBA website, and
From SBA.gov, where is it that people need to go?
there's a number there. There's a disaster recovery center number there. They can either apply online, or they can go to, and DEMA is working with the SBA to get a disaster recovery
What does
center.
DEMA stand for?
Delaware Emergency Management Agency. Right.
That's
so,
not FEMA.
No. So
That's
DEMA,
Delaware.
right. So our connection to FEMA is DEMA. Right. So that's the process. Any assistance goes through DEMA. So the assistance comes from FEMA to DEMA to those people.
Let people know what it is that they need to know, and tell people where it is that they can go to get the help that they really need
I understand.
right now.
So if they can go, like I said, if they go to the SBA website, they can get that information. SBA.gov. They go to the Disaster Recovery Center. They can link.
They can apply for a loan on the SBA
low
website
interest loans.
that they're going to have to pay back right now. That's what we're doing for people going through crisis.
That's what the current level of assistance is right now.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. Now I understand that maybe there might be an appeal of the decision, but we don't know that yet. So, but right now,
What do we need to do to get the appeal? We need to go up to the U.S. Attorney's office?
No, DEMA does that. DEMA does that.
How do I talk to the folks from DEMA?
Just call. You can call. I'm sure that.
Or should I be worried about calling FEMA?
No. You're not gonna. No. I would go.
Should I be trying to go up to Coons' office? Or Lisa Blunt Rochester's office here in this building?
I don't think. Listen.
11th and Market.
When I asked, one day I even asked the senator about it. He says, "Listen, you know what? They've been making inquiries about it before we got the word. They were making inquiries about it. What they call it RFAs, RFIs, request for information. So they were making inquiries about it also.
I think they should. I think that until people get the help that they need, we have to make inquiries about it. I don't understand how there's all this help, all this support, there's resources all around that area. And I'm not discrediting the Warehouse or Reach Riverside, Kingswood for doing the work that they do. But there's a lot of funds that have gone into developing those places and the new real estate that's going up all around.
Yeah.
There's
man,
a lot of funds that are.
But people gotta understand there's a process to this. I mean, it just doesn't happen like with the declaration. It doesn't happen overnight, man. And there's been a lot of people who've been trying to get that assistance. Like the governor, he put in for the declaration back on
17th.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Joe Biden? Why is he not caring about the people in Wilmington?
He did.
He did what?
He did care. He approved the declaration.
He approved for people to go to SBA.gov and get loans, not to apply for $34,000 that will help right now during crisis.
Yeah, what I'm telling,
it's not enough for some people.
What I'm telling you, man.
On Disasterassistance.gov.
But it's not his. He just can't say, listen, give them $34,000. There's a process. There's different parameters that FEMA works under. He says to him, okay, grant him a declaration. And FEMA said, okay, this is the extent of what we can provide.
How are we going to stop this from ever happening again?
Through mitigation.
Tell me about what it was that actually happened that people don't realize. You said it wasn't the gutters?
No. It was just a 100-year storm, right? And it was the perfect storm. It was a high tide. So when there's a high tide, the flood gates, the flood doors at the Brandywine shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is that it just, so you had the high tide, a lot of water, and with the gates, with the floodgates shut, which on a normal storm, you get water coming into the street, it flows back out into the combined sewer overflow system or into the creek. But with the gates shut, as they're supposed to do at high tide, because you don't want at high tide, you don't want the river backing up into the city. They did their job. But what happened was, on that particular day, you had a high tide, gates are shut, you had the river crest a foot
So the
above.
water didn't rise because the gutters were clogged.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Because the river, that neighborhood flooded because the river crested a foot above normal flood stage. I think normal flood stage is 16.3. It crested at 28 feet.
And there was more water.
Yeah, that came down from Pennsylvania. If you want to fault anybody, fault all the water that came down from Pennsylvania.
I'm not trying to blame anyone. I'm not trying to fault anyone. But the sirens that we had to warn people, the emergency sirens to let people know that there's a disaster ensuing and you need to get up out of here, they weren't used on September 2nd, right?
I don't know about that. I don't
The
know.
sirens,
I don't know if they were or not. I don't know if there was enough time for notification that I don't know. They're not. That's the state.
what's your position?
I'm
the city?
I'm done now.
But what's your position with the city?